Sean Combs is a monster.
I want to speak about this now because I've witnessed everything.
I think Sean Combs can get away with anything.
I went to a lot of puffy parties. These were the parties that you needed exclusive access to get into.
He thought that if people fear him, they respect him.
Honestly, I didn't want to be around him unless there was cameras.
Nobody's shooting me. Nobody's shooting me. Nobody's shooting me.
When Puff was around, it was like, uh-oh, get it together or this could be over.
You got me acting crazy in front of all these people.
Something is not right with this.
So it turns out that Diddy's mom, Janice Combs, just might be the key to unraveling the mystery of how Diddy came to be such an alleged creep, because some new evidence suggests that Janice just might be the one behind Diddy's creepy behavior. Ever since the crazy news about Diddy broke, fans have been trying to figure out how he got to be the way he is. You know, with him allegedly being violent to everyone and allegedly committing all sorts of crimes against women. Well, it turns out that we might have Mama Combs to blame for that, because some new evidence just came to light that suggests that she might have been the mastermind of all this. So does this mean that Mama Combs forced Diddy to throw the freak-offs? And why are there rumors suggesting that Diddy had a creepy relationship with his mom? Let's break this down. I guess we shouldn't be surprised that Mama Combs is getting dragged into this mess, because fans have been giving her the side eye for a long time now. She's known for her extravagant lifestyle and her super shiny Party City wigs that should have been left in the 90s. When we found out about Diddy's freak-off parties, fans put two and two together, figuring out that Janice was at most of his wild parties, which made things creepy. I mean, attending your son's party is one thing, but knowing what happened at the parties, you gotta wonder what on earth Janice was doing there. She should have stepped right in and checked her son for his bad behavior, but she didn't. And knowing what we know now, it probably has something to do with the alleged fact that she was the one who introduced him to the freaky lifestyle in the first place. On the surface, Janice seems like she was a great mom, and I'm not gonna lie, it does sound like she did her best to raise Diddy and his sister. She put them through private school as a single mom, and she gave them a good lifestyle. However, there were rumors that she allegedly worked as a madam to rich and powerful men to be able to afford their lifestyle, allegedly. There have been some unconfirmed rumors that she allegedly helped rich men get girls for their wild parties, but for a long time, those rumors were unconfirmed. But now several insiders have come forward to pretty much confirm it, and girl, the rumors are crazier than you think, but we're going to get into that in a bit. But before we get into that, we need to talk about how Janice is one of those weird boy moms who seem to be convinced that their precious boy can do no wrong. She even released a statement defending him for putting paws on Cassie, even though we saw everything in the video, and Diddy himself even admitted it. However, in Janice's statement, she said, "My son may not have been entirely truthful about certain things, such as denying he has ever gotten violent with an ex-girlfriend when the hotel surveillance showed otherwise. Sometimes the truth and a lie become so closely intertwined that it becomes terrifying to admit one side of the story, especially when that truth is outside the norm or is too complicated to be believed. This is why I believe my son's civil legal team opted to settle the ex-girlfriend's lawsuit instead of contesting it until the end, resulting in a ricochet effect as the federal government used this decision against my son by interpreting it as an admission of guilt." She then went ahead to try to gaslight us by accusing the feds of lying and trying to set Diddy up. She also asked fans to stop dragging her precious baby boy because it hurt her feelings as a mother and made her feel bad. So yeah, we knew that she was 100% on her son's side. However, what we didn't expect was just how deep she was into the freaky thing, because a new documentary by Peacock suggests that she not only knew about and encouraged Diddy's freaky lifestyle, but she was the reason that he got freaky in the first place. The documentary featured people from Diddy's past who knew him from back in the day before he got famous, and girl, they gave a deep insight into Diddy's past that explains so much about him and why he is the way he is. According to a music producer named Tim Dog Patterson, who worked with Diddy at Bad Boy Records before he left the industry, there's a whole lot to Diddy than we know. Tim and Diddy grew up together in Mount Vernon after Diddy's dad passed away, and he had a lot to say about Diddy's past. According to reports, when Patterson was a child a few years older than Combs, he and his mother moved into the bottom floor of Combs' house. Patterson and other childhood friends, Lee Davis and Rich Parker, described Combs and his mother, Janice Combs, as appearing better off than other families in the area. Combs went to a Catholic private school, Mount St. Michael Academy, and always had the best of everything. Patterson recalls, he was looked at as the rich kid. This is interesting because according to Janice, she worked as a teacher's assistant to provide for her two kids. But this doesn't make any sense because there's no way she managed to send 2 kids to private school on a teacher's assistant salary. There's also no way she managed to live the fancy lifestyle that's being described on a teacher's assistant salary, so the math ain't mathin'. But according to Patterson, she might have been funding her lifestyle with an income from another source, because he claimed that she used to throw some freaky adult parties, if you catch my drift. And what's crazier is that her 2 young children were in the home at the time and were exposed to the creepy stuff going on around them. According to reports, Patterson also remembers a chaotic, sexualized upbringing in the Combs household, largely due to wild parties Janice would often throw with alcohol, drugs, pimps, and pushers, regardless of whether the kids were at home. At night, it wouldn't be a thing to mistakenly walk into one of the bedrooms and you've got a couple in there butt naked, Patterson says. That's what we were privy to. This is what we were fed. Was it desensitizing us? I'm sure it was. Were we aware of it? No, that was just Saturday night. Patterson wasn't the only one, because Kim Porter's ex, I'll Be Sure, also had a little something to say about Diddy's evil side, claiming that Kim Porter once told him that Diddy had a dark evil side. He said, what she did say is, look, something's not right. His soul has gone completely dark, like he's just not there. She made me promise on our son Quincy Taylor Brown's life not to ever reveal because she was in complete fear of my life. Kimberly said, don't do this, don't get involved, you will get killed. What's more, an anonymous former employee of Bad Boy Records claimed that celebs were lying about not attending Diddy's freak-offs. He said, there ain't a Diddy party that didn't turn into a freak-off. Anytime where the studio or any rooms is red, it's red because he feel like the frequency for effing and making love and sex. He went on to claim that Diddy asked him to recruit girls from local bars to come back to Combs' house. He looked at 2 of the girls and winked his eye and pointed and said, y'all come here, and he walked out and left into his room and didn't come out until a whole another 24 hours. For sure, they were underage. This is creepy on so many levels, and it kind of makes you wonder what other creepy stuff she exposed him to or covered up for him. This also explains why rapper Mace once accused Janice of being the mastermind behind Diddy's shenanigans.
Oh, I did this talking about he want receipts. Let's start with your mother. Your mother got the receipts. Everything is in your mother's name.
Fans commented, I did question Diddy's childhood. I wonder if Diddy's mom was an SW and he saw things growing up. His father died when he was young, so she probably had to do anything for money. That behavior is not normal for a mother and son relationship. His mother has always been questionable to me. She gives me really bad vibes, and it sounds like his mama on payroll for one of his S-workers, OMG. I want to know how you guys feel about this, so drop your thoughts about this in the comments, then check out this next video.